Your Honor, may I speak, please? Your Honors, may I speak?
You have been, while I've been trying to speak. Number 2 on the calendar, case number 3902, Hazel Isaacson and Ed Stolarik, Stolarik.
Yes, Your Honor, I'm here, Isaacson.
Isaacson is here.
Good morning, Your Honor. Daniel Berner on behalf of Olympia Yacht Club. Ed Stolarik is a member of the Olympia Yacht Club. And Your Honor, I am going to be requesting dismissal of this one.
And Mr. Berner, what's your relationship to the yacht club?
I'm an attorney, Your Honor, and I represent the yacht club.
Typically, attorneys do not appear in small claims court, Mr. Berner.
That's correct, Your Honor. The reason why I'm appearing today is that the yacht club was not properly served with the notice of small claims, and this issue with respect to the Isaacson's boathouse, the district court does not have jurisdiction because it's title to real property that's at issue.
Your Honor,
all right, we'll come back. We'll come back to that, Ms. Isaacson.
Okay.
I didn't see service in that matter. Do we have service?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Isaacson, did you serve Mr. Stolarik with this
Yes, Your Honor.
documentation?
I served both through the mail. I have the receipt, and I also served through the Secretary of State. And I have both
Did
proof.
you file any of that service documentation with the court?
Okay. And just file it with the court?
So you haven't filed it yet with the court. Is that what you're saying?
That's correct. I have it right here.
All right. And let me ask you this question. Why did you serve Mr. Stolarik?
Because Mr. Stolarik is the individual who was in communication with us and was the decision maker for that we needed to remove things and telling us that we were owing money, and also who was putting our boathouse up for sale. He was the individual in charge. To my knowledge, he was the person who was in contact with the Board of Trustees.
All right, Mr. Berner, I'll hear from you just as to the preliminaries of the case.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Stolarik is a board member of the Olympia Yacht Club, but he's not the registered agent. The service of the notice of small claim was provided to the Olympia Yacht Club via certified mail, but it was for the hearing that was previously set for March 21st, 2025. I had to call the court to see if there was another hearing, so that's why I'm here today. So service was not effective on the yacht club of the notice of small claim. And then, as Ms. Isaacson mentioned, this is a dispute over a boathouse, which is titled property. It's titled in the Isaacsons currently. It's tax assessed. It has a parcel number. So district court does not have jurisdiction under RCW 3.66.030. I have also tried to contact the Isaacsons via mail and phone calls, but they haven't returned my calls. I represent the Olympia Yacht Club. I've reached out to them multiple times, so be happy to talk with them, but I don't believe this matter is right to proceed today.
Your Honor, may I speak to that?
In a moment, let me ask this question. Has the sale of this boathouse actually occurred or not?
I have no knowledge. I have no access to the boathouse. They have the keys.
All right, I'm asking Mr. Berner.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It has not. Still titled in the Isaacsons' name.
All right, Ms. Isaacson, go ahead.
In November of last year, I hired Joel Peñar to help us try to mediate this situation. And this is the attorney that we were speaking to, so he's well aware of what's been going on. He also was informed by Joel. I informed the court last time we were here that this is the attorney who was informed about this small claims court, yet they didn't show up the last time, even though I had tried to get service 28 different times through a service company. I did get service finally through the Secretary of State, and Mr. Pinera had suggested I go through small claims in order to try and expedite this, because there was this attorney keeps increasing both the funds we owe, and there's no it doesn't even make sense what this attorney wants. So I can't move. I can't have access to the property. I can't make any moves until something is done. Even though the property's in my name, I have no access to it.
All right. Two problems, Ms. Isaacson, with this.
Okay.
First of all, your claim is for money damages here. You're claiming that at least as I read it, that the boathouse was sold for $25,000 and you're wanting some portion of that returned to you. Mr. Stolarik did not sell that property. He didn't have title to do that. So you're making him the defendant in this case, even though he may have spoken to you about this and so forth. He's not the proper party defendant in this case. Looks like it's the yacht club that's the appropriate party defendant in this case. So that's number one issue, that there's not been proper service on the yacht club, even though Mr. Berner is here on behalf of the yacht club today. Second issue is, what's the jurisdiction of this court in relation to the property that you're talking about? Mr. Berner makes a good point that this court only has limited jurisdiction in this matter, and for property that is owned with the title in this way, real property, so to speak, this court does not have jurisdiction in that matter. And he quoted the RCW that deals with that. It's RCW 3.66.030. Now, I can't, as the judge in this case, I can't decide to give you legal advice as to how to proceed with this thing further. But what I'm obliged to do at this point is to say that this court doesn't have jurisdiction in this matter for two reasons. Really, number one, the wrong party defendant is listed here. Mr. Stolarik is not the proper party defendant. And number two, this court doesn't have jurisdiction over this kind of case, so to speak, when you're talking about real property or what is considered real property. So I am going to have to agree with Mr. Berner to dismiss this case. Go ahead, Ms. Isaacson.
May I ask a question? I sued Mr. Stolarik on behalf of the Olympia Yacht Club. He is a board member of the trustees and would be responsible for decision-making of the club. And he did not show up. He just sent an attorney. That doesn't seem like it's proper within the court, but I don't cite there's no attorneys that should be present in the court. In addition, it's not just a complete where we own the property. According to the Olympia Yacht Club, they lease it from the state of Washington. They lease the property, and then we purchase the property through them, and we only have access because they allow us to have access. So I don't understand if they have a lease, but we buy the property, what jurisdiction it would be under, because they're leasing through the state of Washington, and they're not following some of the rules of the state of Washington. So wouldn't it be this court that I could go through? Your Honor, my husband is available to help me. He's not an attorney, but he did go to law school and he's ill, but I can bring him in to maybe help clarify some of the things about our club. He is the part owner.
Yeah,
And I'm
here's
still
the
a little
problem,
overwhelmed
Ms.
by
Isaac.
the attorney.
Thanks, Your Honor.
Here's the problem, Ms. Isaacson.
Wait.
Mr. Stolarik is, as I say, not the proper party defendant in this case.
Your Honor.
He may
if I
be
may-
on the board of directors, but he didn't sell the property. He doesn't have the money. The property hasn't been sold. Much of what you're arguing
Your
about
Honor,
here in this case,
if
hold
I may,
on.
Your Honor, the
Much of
attorney-
what you're arguing about here hasn't occurred yet. It hasn't been sold. And you're
Honor,
asking for money from from a transaction that has not occurred.
your-
We're
You have
getting
no-
far afield, Ms. Isaacson, Mr. Isaacson, we're getting far afield in the merits of the case. We're not going to get to the merits of the case because this court doesn't have jurisdiction. There's
Your
small
Honor,
claims court, there's
Your Honor,
district court, there's superior court. Each of them have different levels of
I understand, Your Honor.
jurisdiction, matters that they're allowed to discuss and make decisions on.
Your Honor, may I speak, please? Your Honor, may I speak?
You have been, while I've been trying to speak.
I haven't spoken up about attorneys he's misrepresented the case, Your Honor. I've been listening on my bed, upstairs to the attorney. He's misrepresented the facts. He's misrepresented the actual law that represents the situation here, Your Honor. It's not RCW, whatever he claimed. And also, Your Honor, I want to say something about just proper decorum. This is not trial by ambush. You don't bring an RCW into a court and waylay some poor lady, my wife, who's not an attorney, without providing that to her so she can review the law and have a rebuttal that's appropriate. You don't do that. It's not proper. So I'm saying that you can't have an attorney in district court. One, you do have jurisdiction, Your Honor, and I can argue it very well if I can see the law. I can do it. You have jurisdiction. So what I would say is that if this attorney is able to sway the court and be persuasive, I would ask that this be continued so that I can go research the law, provide a proper rebuttal, because the reality of the property is this. The property literally is owned by the Olympia Yacht Club, and pursuant to their bylaws, we are allowed as an outside party, not a member of the yacht club yet, to make a purchase of such property, but only on approval of the Olympia Yacht Club board and their laws and bylaws. They are the party to this lawsuit. They got it. The whole argument of this lawsuit, Your Honor, is a breach of contract. The Olympia Board of Trustees got into a contract with me and my wife to purchase this property or sell it. We have all of that in our records. It's all in front of the court. The court has the jurisdiction to have a breach of contract claim, and also this court has jurisdiction to hear interference with contractual relations. Those are the issues before the court. The court we are arguing that the Olympia Yacht Club created this whole controversy, created this problem for us. We can show it by the facts, created a contract with us. We have all of the 4 prima facie elements for a breach of contract claim. They built a contract with us. Ed Stolark was the representative of the board for the creation of that contract. He is the one who has standing to this court. We have proven standing. We've proven jurisdiction. The attorney is speaking over Mrs. Isaacson and not allowing her to properly argue this case as if she were an attorney. That is not fair, and it's not what this district court was designed to do. We know this. So I'm asking that if the court would kindly allow us to get a continuance so that I can put all of what I just said into a properly articulated document with the proper exhibits, I'll be happy to do that, Your Honor. But my God, I've got liver disease. I'm on the UNO's patient list. I'm about to, it's been a rough winter, Your Honor. I will do my best to put that all together, but frankly, don't dismiss the case. I'll get 30 days to respond to the attorney. You do have jurisdiction. He is not properly doing this. He is the attorney who mucked this all up in the beginning, just like Mrs. Isaacson said. This attorney, this literal attorney, has acted, in my opinion, in bad faith, and we have documentation for that, Your Honor. Please do not dismiss this case as misrepresentations of what is jurisdiction and what are the facts of the case and what is the justiciable issues in this case and who has standing and who has the right to bring the case before this court and also to ask for this court for proper relief. And all of that is here in this court. You have it, Your Honor. I can bring it before you and I can argue it properly. Please do not dismiss.
All right, Mr. Isaacson, enough. I'm sorry that this is such a problem for you and it's upsetting you, but saying it over and over again doesn't make it so. What I'm finding is that Mr. Stolarik is not the proper defendant in this case. The Olympia Yacht Club is. He doesn't own the property. He doesn't make all the decisions. The yacht club and the board of directors or whatever make those decisions. He doesn't. So it's not properly served on him. That's number one. And number two, I have real question as to whether or not this court has jurisdiction over the property. You can argue all you want about that. You can look at the statute as well. The burden is on you as a plaintiff when you're filing this to understand those things when you bring them forward. In a small claims court, all Mr. Berner has done is raise two legal issues, nothing about the facts or the merits of the case. One is service, second is jurisdiction of the court. It's appropriate in this instance on behalf of the Olympia Yacht Club, which has been improperly served, but is aware of the case, obviously from what you've told me, that you've had discussions with him in the past, that's fine. The yacht club still has to be properly served in order to be held to account by a court, whether it's this court, district court, or superior court. What I'm telling you is this court doesn't have the jurisdiction to do that. Number two. Number one being that Mr. Stolarik is not the proper defendant in this case. So I am going to dismiss this action. If you want to look at this further, Mr. Isaacson, and make your case, you can do that. But we're not going to continue this indefinitely. Apparently, this is the second effort at this case. Maybe the first had a problem with service. I don't know what the issue was there. I'm not looking into the merits of the case. I'm looking at the legal approaches to bringing this case in the first place. So that's it. We're finished with this. Okay.
How are you dismissing it? With prejudice or without?
Without. If you want to refile, go ahead. But
Thank you,
Your Honor.
Remember the issues that Mr. Berner has pointed out.
You made them very clear to us. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Your kind consideration of this case today.
Thank you, Your Honor. I would just request that the Isaacsons return my calls or return my letters. I represent the Olympia Yacht Club, the represented party. They know that. They should contact me.
Your Honor, that's very deceptive.
All right, that's all. All he is making a request. He doesn't need a response to that.
We don't have time, Your Honor. That's very prejudicial to us.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Thank you. That's all.
Call our attorney, Joe Paneer. The court now knows who to call. I'm sorry, Your Honor. It's very upsetting to hear what has happened today. And the other attorney has been disingenuous to this court, and I have to put it on the record that his
all right,
actions...
Mr. Solon, that's all. We're off the record now for this case. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you for your time. I appreciate your time, sir.
So I'm not entering a judgment for anybody. I'm just dismissing the claim.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
I don't have to put anything up here.
Okay.
You may leave the meeting, Ms. Isaacson. We're done.
Thank